Okay, this video is going to show you how to produce the layout that is the duplicate of the handout I gave you of the big joint house. So you have an orthographic drawing and an isometric drawing. So we're going to do that by first opening our layout template. So you go up to File, you're going to go to Open, and we are looking for a file that's located on the TechEd server. So that is your Q drive. And then when you're in the TechEd server, go to One Class Resources. In One Class Resources, find the name of the course, Engineering Design. And in Engineering Design, go all the way to the bottom, and you're going to find a file called Layout Template. So you're going to open that Layout Template folder or file. This is what we call an IDW or drawing file. And a quick orientation to our drawing file. In another video, we'll show you how to set up your title blocks. But it opens up in a size B paper. Well, we're actually needed printing in a size A. So what I'm going to do is double click on size A, and that makes this active. So we have three different paper sizes here. Size A is an 8.5 by 11. Size B is 11 by 17. Doubling your dimensions, you go up as you go here in size A through C. So here I have this 8.5 by 11. Notice it's missing the border, it's missing the title block. So we're going to put those on here under my drawing resources, open up borders, and we're going to do a size A landscape border. Double click on it, it places it in there. Okay, you don't need this open anymore. The title block, in another video we'll show you how to edit this, but I'm just going to use a Form 3 title block. So double click on Form 3, and that brings your information in for your title block. Now to actually produce the layout itself with the appropriate views, I need to select my big joint house assembly view that I used earlier. And so this is just from earlier work here. I'll just save it there. That's fine. All right, so when you open and you click base, if you had your big joint house open and available, it's going to see that down here on the bottom screen. And so this was from my last video where I made an assembly. I did not name it, and so I called it Assembly 3. And that's fine. I do have one that is also called Big Joint House Assembly. So I can select that file name here of what I want to appear out here. So it's important that all your files are living in the same folder directory. And before you do this, so make sure all your files are in the same folder. So here's my big joint house. I'm going to bring this in at a half scale. You look at the drawing, we have it at half scale, so I want to change my scale right here, make sure my file is appropriate. The other thing I'm going to do is the style. I want to make my style a hidden line style. So I select this option right here. So I get those settings in place, and now I can move my drawing where I want it to go. So I'm going to bop this down, and you can use the handout I gave you to compare where things are. Now, nice thing about the base is it gives us the opportunity to create projected views, and you can kind of see as I mouse out some little icons or little dash squares there. These are our projected views. We can also just click on this little arrow right here. It gives me the top projected view, and I click on this green arrow. It gives me the side projected view, and then so now we have an orthographic drawing with a front, top, and side all aligned, and then I can get an isometric view by clicking on that corner over there. And when I have them all there, you can right click and say create, or just simply say OK. Now I can move my views with respect to one another. I want to bring these views closer. I want the distance between these approximately the same. So as you're playing around with your views and setting them up, make sure this distance is approximately the same as this distance up here. And to move them, I'm coming out here and I'm just waiting till I get that little dotted line that's around here. When I get that little dotted line, click inside that little dotted line, and that allows you to position your view. So over here, this isometric view, I got the little dotted line. I'm going to move it down so it's on the page. The other thing I want to match the actual handout, I want this to be shaded. So double click in here, and I have a couple options here. I want to make it a shaded view. So I click on shaded right there. I could put view labels. If I want to say isometric, I could put those things in too. So now I've placed my views and I'm ready to add a table and dimension. So to add the table, we got to go to the Annotate tab. Come out of Place Views, go to the Annotate tab. This allows us to make notations on our drawing. And under Annotate, you're going to be all about 3/4 of the way across. You're going to see Parts List. We want to select Parts List. And it does say select the view. That is, what object are we referencing the parts from? So we're referencing from this view. So I'm going to select that. It brings that file name up there. We're using a BOM structure, which is good. Just say OK. And it gives us my little table, which I can size in here in a minute. So I place that in there, and I just size this down and make this fit. Again, roughly matching what you have on your handout. Your parts, excuse me, your parts may be in a slightly different order, and that's okay. Just get your parts on here, because when you balloon your parts, you'll be able to make everything match up to the table. So ballooning. Ballooning is almost all the way over on the right side. There's a circle with a 1. That's a balloon. Click on balloon, and then click your part. Come out, left click, and then right click and say continue. Click your part. Come out, left click, then right click and continue. Left click, and then right click and continue. Okay, the order that these were brought in is how they're being numbered. We can override and change that. That is not a priority for me. So you just need to balloon them approximately where you see them in the drawing itself. And I think we also have this hole here that we do. So the hole, I believe, is our dowel right here. And I think we pull it out over this way. I might have to move my table a little bit. Right click and continue. I take my table, hit escape to get out of my command, and I should be able to grab my table and shift her a little bit over, just to make things fit the way I want them to fit. Okay, so we've ballooned our parts. If we are looking at our drawing and we're going to try to match things, also in Annotate is a whole thread note. And so I'll come over here on the left side, do hole and thread. Okay, and there's a hole drilled right here. So I'm pulled down, I clicked, pulled down, and click again, and there's my whole thread note. Now, on my drawing, it says all holes. So if I double click on this, I hit escape, double click on this. Under here, if I hit enter, and I in all caps, just say ALLHOLES, all holes, and that will just add that note to the whole thread note that's there. There's a notation up here that says wire brads and nail joint. The way that notation is made is called leader text. I just click where I want my leader, left click again, pull out, and then right click and continue. And I type my text. So that was all caps, wire, brads, and hit enter, and then nail joint, NAL. See, there you go. You say OK, and that puts through there. And if we got text we need to move, whoops, I need to get out of my leader command, and I can then move these and reposition these if I need to. The table data can be edited by double-clicking in the table, and you can put the size of each part. So, for example, part C here is a 7-inch part by 0.75, or if you wish, 3/4. You can do it either way. So you just go put the details of each part in there, update your table. Okay, and the last annotation you need to make is just putting some center lines or center marks in here.